everyone, and welcome to the show. I am Leroy Jones. And I'm Elena Lopez. Did you guys miss me yesterday? If you did, I'm sorry for not being here because I went to the Cinco De Mayo celebrations. Oh, and Leroy, my family was pretty disappointed when you didn't show up. I'm sorry, Elena, but somebody had to host the Revenge of the Fifth show. I know, right? That was pretty funny. Especially when Snarky Susie started doing the Iron Man theme song. Yeah. Quit making fun of me, Elena. I hate to ask, Susie, but what's up with the chair? Well, Leroy, if you have to ask, that big chair was giving my butt some incredible pain, so I decided to switch to my normal chair. Oh, and for everybody watching, I'm Snarky Susie. I work on LPS Princess.Toy.Nerd as a staff member, and I host Tea and Token Thursdays with Kerrie and Tierra. Hey, you guys still there? Yep, we sure are. I'm Tierra, and that's Kerrie over there. Okay, so what's the subject for today on this glorious May 6th day? Today is known as May 6th, the return of the 6th, which we find it fitting because it's like Return of the Jedi, but it's the 6th. But I figured, let's talk Return of the King. You sure you want to talk about Return of the King? Can't that wait till tomorrow when we do Tea and Token Thursdays? Of course we're doing Tea and Token Thursdays. But Token isn't exclusive to Thursday. Like yesterday on Torn Tuesday, they had Sarah Baker, who played the evil Sauron in Lord of the Rings. He talked about which characters from Star Wars were played by people who were in the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit movies. And yes, Andy Serkis got mentioned. That's right, Susie. They actually showcased that interview on the show. And man, oh man, did Christopher Lee have a year. Like, he was killed off in both Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. That's because he played evil space wizards. If only somebody saw fit to extend the same courtesy to Thanos. Ugh. I know, right? I hate that evil purple space raisin. Ugh. I know, right? Who even understands that purple space raisin to begin with, huh? He only goes around doing what he does to oppress a woman who ain't even that interested in him. Ugh. Why would a guy do that? That's what I call insanity. Well, in the movies, though, he did it to bring balance to the universe. But look, we got at least 6 movies telling us why bringing balance to the universe is a bad idea. When you're right, you're right. And besides, I'm so annoyed with that idiotic Thanos. Ugh. I wish I could just punch him in the face. But I'm a toy. Of course you're a toy, Elena. We're all toys. Ah! And I really didn't appreciate Thanos snapping everybody in that one airplane movie that we did to death. Ugh. Not to worry, though. They all came back. And Loki ruined everything. Again. I know, right? I'm sick of that naughty little Loki ruining everything. Ah! Didn't he, mess up you guys' studio at one time? Yep. And boy, was Susie fit to fry that day. Of course I was fit to fry. If that Loki did not stop being naughty, I would have just scratched his eyes out. Yeah. Maybe we shouldn't scratch his eyes out. But at the same time, though, let's talk about what Return of the King compares to Return of the Jedi. Good idea, Elena. So, where we last left off, Han Solo had been captured by Darth Vader and sent to Jabba the Hutt. It's like Frodo got bit by Shelob and then he got captured by orcs. And then Sam goes to I didn't say Barad-dûr, did I? No. Sam goes off to Curious on Go and saves Frodo the way Luke, and Leia, and Lando, and the droids go off to save Han. Yep. And then, of course, there are a couple of things that are different from that Lord of the Rings is different from Star Wars. And one of those things is, well, Yoda did die, but before he died, he tells Luke some very, very shocking facts, which call back into play almost towards the end of the movie. And one of those facts is, Luke had a twin sister. And Palpatine was trying to get Luke to turn to the dark side. Sauron, on the other hand, had been hunting for Aragorn his whole life. Yep, but Aragorn decided to reveal himself in the Palantir. And you can only get this scene if you had the extended version of Return of the King. Ah. Well, yeah. So we got that scene, and then we got that final scene, both outside and inside. Like outside the gates of Mordor, Aragorn leads a team of soldiers, and they fight to distract Sauron, and so Frodo can destroy the ring. And I'm still pretty salty about Sauron not getting out to face Aragorn. Come on, if it's supposed to be the ultimate fight, mano y mano. The stakes are really high, and we don't even know who is gonna win. Well, that was until somebody probably would mention that Frodo was being left out in the cold, and with Frodo being left out in the cold, well, let's just say that somebody would probably say, "Hey, what's going on over there?" And the camera would cut to Frodo going in Mount Doom, fighting Gollum, and then the ring falls to the volcano, and it's destroyed. Just like when Lando and brought his team into the second Death Star, they slipped right on in and blew up the power station, which blows up the second Death Star. Oh, and let's not forget the death of Palpatine, which kind of mirrors the death of Gollum. Because when Gollum bets the vice finger over Frodo's fingers, Frodo is upset. He tries to take that ring back from Gollum because Frodo legit claimed the ring and Sauron's homeland. And then, of course, Gollum falls off the cliff and he falls off the cliff and dies. I mean, they also, but there was that one rumor that they wanted Frodo to kill Gollum, but then they thought, since somebody thought, no, that probably wouldn't work. Yeah, but, well, hobbits don't kill out of pure malice, okay? That's not how we do things around here. That's right, Susie. Hobbits don't kill out of pure malice. They're too good for that. But yeah, Palpatine's death is kind of comparable to Gollum's death. But in the end, though, Frodo decided that maybe not all people are bad. Frodo, in a way, saved Middle Earth, even though he judged it. And and because of his willingness to judge Middle Earth, because he had that ring, he's like, Judgment Day came, and then Judgment Day came and passed, and everything that goes along with it. And at the end of Star Wars, the Galactic Empire has been destroyed, which is good because Palpatine really deserved it. but Aragorn gets to be king. And Frodo, Sam, Merry, and Pippin get to go home and live out the rest of their lives. Because they were all done with that crazy adventure. To be honest though, I don't blame either of them for not wanting to do another adventure because, come on, let's face it. Adventures are for brave folk, the bigger folk, not little hobbits. But we'll probably deal with that when the time comes on our show. Oh, so this is how we compare. That's all we have for now for the comparisons. I'm pretty sure George Lucas must have been paying attention to Tolkien when he created his masterpiece. I think. You gotta make sure you pay attention to whatever story you're doing. Oh, and by the way, though, you gotta figure out what's the best way to end the end game. Because Lord of the Rings was Return of the King was the end game for the whole series. Of course, and in that end game, you gotta put out all the stops. You gotta lay all your cards on the table. Somebody's gonna walk away a winner, and somebody's gonna walk away a loser. And you wanna make sure that the good guys win. And when they win, well, they can deal with things another day. Which is why I still have issues with the last episode of Game of Thrones. Say what you will about the rise of Skywalker, but the ending of Game of Thrones just ticked me off. I mean, I went back and rewatched the whole thing, and I'm like, really? Really? Y'all just gonna do me like that? Ugh, what's wrong with you people? Ugh. That's why we want to stick with our own fan fiction. And hopefully George R. R. Martin can can come back and fix this mess with his books. How can he? I thought he was killed by that shark in that Sharknado movie. That's what I thought too. Well, it probably would have been better than what we got from the last episode of Game of Thrones. Well, on top of that, May was a month that Game of Thrones reached its controversial finale. All these other shows that thought, oh, the finales were bad. You know what would have been better? Game of Thrones was all just an old man's imagination. And then, as George R. R. Martin closes the book, he's like, oh, so you thought this story was going to have a happy ending, huh? Yeah. Which is why I still have issues with Rogue One, because I liked Rogue One, but that George Lucas went George R. R. Martin on everybody in that story, and kill them all off. Well, you kind of have to understand why he did what he did, because if he didn't kill off the characters, then how are they going to explain what they were doing in the first Star Wars movie? Let's think about that for a second. That's right, Leroy. We have to think about the implications that a prequel story can have on the original story. This is why I still have my issues with the prequel Star Wars trilogy. Does a lot of things that happened in the prequel never got mentioned in the original movie, which really annoyed me because I tried to connect certain movies to other movies, which is why the Marvel Cinematic Universe works. Things that happen in movies get referenced in other movies. And then, of course, The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings movies work because, well, you can do a lot of callbacks to other movies, like when Glory met Legolas, and Gandalf saying, "If you're referring to the incident with the dragon, I was barely even involved." Which I think, that's just a load of crap, Gandalf. You invited dwarves to Bilbo's place, and even threw their leader in Bilbo's path. See, that's how we connect things to other things. If you're writing a story and you can't connect all the dots, well, your story is going to fall apart no matter how good it looks on screen. which is exactly why Game of Thrones collapsed. It collapsed under the weight of its own success, as we say it here. But we will deal with that on our own blog, one that Jacqueline can't control. Ow. And Jacqueline, if you're watching this, Leroy and Elena are back, and there's nothing you can do about it now. Well, I guess that's all for now. We did some comparisons, and we try to compare things to other things, and that's just how the story goes. So, anyway, thank you all for tuning in and spending some of your time with us. I'm Leroy Jones. I am Elena Lopez. Susie Speckles. Tierra Williams. Kerrie Chang. And this has been the Leroy and Elena Show. All right, everybody, take care of yourselves out there. And we'll be back tomorrow for The Seventh Awakens. See you later. Meow.